Do you know how hard it is to film a podcast with this guy? Men, am I right? First, he has to have a job and work. Then, he has to go to the washroom. And then he takes a full-on shit for 20 minutes. Then, he unplugs his Wi-Fi. Why? I don't know. And then, we finally get to film the podcast, and he doxes himself 15 minutes in. Welcome back to That Reminds Me. I'm Mckenzie, and God, I do hate men.
I'm John. I needed a spot to charge my phone.
And honestly, let's hope that he doesn't dox himself this time.
Yeah, that'd be good.
If you guys are new and you guys do not know what That Reminds Me is, then you're in for a treat. We yap. It's a podcast, I know, but we also play video games at the same time.
Oh my God. Check out the YouTube.
Cool. What can I say?
Um,
But how are you doing today, John, other than that whole thing?
Today I am sleep deprived. I am delirious. No H2O. That doesn't mean drink water. That's a YouTuber.
Oh, I genuinely was like, why haven't you just
And
you could just
then
drink water?
yeah, I'll get into my weekend a little later because that's a whole long segment that I might dox myself. So stay tuned. But we got some fun things planned with that. But Mckenzie, how's your week been?
Now, it's a very common theme whenever you ask me this question, or whenever I ask you this question, we go, I don't know. And let me tell you, I don't know. So look at my agenda. I haven't done this already, because I kind of did forget. Well, started off on a Monday. That's what I start my weeks on, because that's how my agenda works.
Ew.
And I have on my to-do list,
yo,
relax.
Let us know in the chat. Are you a Sunday to Saturday or a Monday to Sunday?
See, I work on Sundays, so it's like end of week work, and then Monday's like my restart.
Okay, I respect
yes,
that.
I relaxed, and then Tuesday I streamed. Wednesday, gym. Thursday, stream plus Game Awards. That was a long stream. Friday, picked up my Chapel Roan vinyl and went to Costco. I love Costco. Saturday, I picked up my friend from the airport. And on the wonderful Sunday, which was yesterday for us, I worked 2 shifts, which funny enough is only 8 hours, which is a normal shift for some people, but like to me that was a lot, and I was exhausted. I was very tired because I realized I haven't told you the story of how I got to work.
Oh,
would you like to know?
Yes. Did you?
So
the fuck?
If you guys don't know, I live in Toronto, and there's a lot of different modes of transportation.
Oh, now
I know
I
dox
myself. Now you dox yourself. God.
So I started off the day, and I look at my phone, and the subway is closed on a certain part, and it's freezing cold.
It's because you already picked up the subway from the vinyl store.
Because I got Chapel Roan. I see the vision. I see. But yeah, no, it's freezing cold, and normally I have to walk 20 minutes. So I'm like, okay, let me go a different route. So I go to McDonald's before I go to work. I grab myself a little hash brown, and I'm living my life because at McDonald's hash browns, you know, they got cocaine in that or something. And then I'm like, okay, half an hour to get to work. It only takes like 20 minutes. We're chilling. So I go to the subway. I go to a different subway line instead of the original subway line. I didn't know that this subway line was also closed. Oh. So I had to go on a little shuttle bus, which is just a bus that goes the same route as the subway, but just not underground. I know, confusing. So I go on that. We're all squished in there like sardines. And then the bus stops and everyone gets off. And I'm like, but I need to go one more stop. And then I go, oh, wait. The subway's open again. So I go on the subway to go one more stop, you know? And then I get off the subway and I go upstairs. And I thought I'd been to this before, but I haven't. I go up there and I'm so lost and so directionally challenged. I'm like, oh, which way am I supposed to go? And I'm confused. They have like triple the freaking crossing walks because like one of the roads has like those trees in the middle, so you can like walk a little bit, then there's a sidewalk area, then walk more. Like it was extra confusing. But I'm like looking at my phone and I'm trying to find the corner that I'm supposed to get on the bus because that, you know, will tell me which direction I'm supposed to be going in. And it's like a bank, and I'm looking for the bank, and then I realize every single corner is under construction. So I have no clue which corner I'm supposed to go to. But then I see my bus coming, and the bus only comes every 20 minutes or something. So I'm like, oh shit. So I run across the street and I get on the bus. Yippee! I made it. I'm living my
Nice.
life. And then it says off route. And I'm like, oh, I hope that my Google Maps took that in consideration. Like, why are we off route right now?
Mhm.
And then we're going and we're going. And then I like look out the window and I'm like, wait, I have been here before. When I was going home, I took this bus, I realized. But then I realized that I was going the way that I was when I was going home,
Which is
meaning
not the way to work.
I'm not going the right way. So I had to get off the bus, go across the street, and wait 20 minutes for my other bus. And then I got to work finally. But
Nice.
God, that was a journey to have at 8 a.m. on a Sunday
Yeah. Um,
that I was not planning on going on.
quick question about your bus ride, just to kind of compare, because I took a bus this morning. Did your bus driver say, "Hey guys, I'm gonna go to the store real quick," and then leave for 15 minutes as he went to the store?
Um, I have had a bus driver go out and be like, "Yo, I gotta pick up my shawarma," and for some reason the bus did like she did get out for a second. Don't know why she did that though.
Mhm.
That's the only thing. But I have not had a grocery store stop, but I had a
Yeah.
shawarma stop.
My guy, there was two stops on my bus route, and we got to the first one, and I'm the second one, and he's like, I was like, oh, we're getting there early. I might even be able to go home and not go straight to work. Like, this is gonna be good. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna run to the store real quick. I'll be right back. And I just looked at my friend and I was like, are we being for real right now? Did did this just happen? And yeah, he went to the store.
Yeah, I don't know how they're just allowed to do that. I feel like they shouldn't
Yeah, I
be
wonder what
allowed
like
to do
the
that,
limit
but
is. If they could just like leave for
like
hours.
that's kind of crazy. But that was my week that, if we didn't restart the episode, they would never known about.
True.
So, W docs.
Let's go.
But how are you, John? How was your week?
My
Anything
week.
interesting happen?
My
Probably
week.
not.
I do not remember my week at all, except for the weekend, which is kind of crazy because, yeah, I literally don't remember Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Nope, that's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There we go. I don't remember that.
There we
Oh, I was
go.
on. I did the. Was I on? No, I wasn't on the
What?
Game Awards stream. I watched your stream. I'm deliriously thinking that I was on the stream with you.
Um,
Was I on
actually,
the stream
you
with you?
did watch. No, but you
Oh.
watched it with other people, and you didn't invite me. So I watched it alone. While I watched, I think it was you, Meerkat,
Well,
Natalie, and
what?
Angel, all being a
No, no,
call
no.
together
What
watching it.
what happened was, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of showed up in chat and I was like, she's gonna invite me to watch the. She's gonna be like, oh John, do you want to watch at your home? And then you didn't say that, and then you were like a song started playing, you started queuing Valorant, so I was like, all right, she's kind of doing her own adventure, I guess. I was like, I don't think we're doing like a watch party. So
Well, I didn't
that's
know you wanted to watch. Well, first of all, I never even planned to watch it
true.
until they announced a Star Wars. Actually, until I went to go get food, and then I was like, "Ooh, Star Wars."
Um,
Which they did announce 2 Star Wars games. Also, the Game Awards was barely even the Game Awards. It was more the Expedition, whatever the hell it's called,
Expedition.
33, which I don't even understand what the game is. I
It's
don't.
it's like turn based, but then you gotta like QTE. You gotta like press the buttons at the not QT Cinderella. You gotta like
I
press
thought you
the
meant Cutie
you gotta
Cinderella.
like press the buttons at the right time in order to like block and stuff. And it's like super French and like it's like
Ugh,
it's like an
French.
indie game, but also I think people got mad because it's like an independently developed game, but one of the devs is like a bajillionaire or something.
So they
So it's
rich.
like, yeah, it's not like if like 10 guys in like a garage made the game or something. They got like
I
funding.
see. But if you guys didn't watch the Game Awards, they basically got every single award. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but low key, like I can't even argue against it because I don't think I played any of the games that were nominated for like any award.
I played Dispatch, and you play Fortnite.
True. I love Fortnite. I just bought Kim Kardashian. I was literally on a
Why?
trip. What do you mean, why?
Did you spend my V-Bucks to
No,
get
I
Tim
spent
K?
my V-Bucks. Okay, don't worry. I spent my V-Bucks. I was at my Airbnb and I opened up the Fortnite web shop and I bought Kim Kardashian. Because I think it's funny. Anyways, what was I doing this weekend? Fuck, I did it again. You were supposed to ask me. I keep cutting you off.
What were you doing this weekend? Actually, I asked you already, and then you didn't say what you were doing this weekend.
Oh, true. Oh, no, but you said what I did this week. Yeah, so this weekend, I went to the Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege North American League Regional Finals. The first regional finals in like 3 or 4 years, which is pretty cool. Because
let's freaking go. We were supposed to go to a Rainbow Six Siege event. Rainbow Six Siege event?
Siege.
Rainbow Six Siege event. Twice.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the times it like wasn't an official event yet. We were like, we are going to the next invitational because it's gonna be in Montreal, and that's Canada. So you're in Canada, and then I'll just visit Canada. And then they were like, because it was always like Invitational Montreal, Invitational Montreal, Invitational Montreal, Invitational Montreal, and then
I feel
we were like,
you would like Montreal.
I want to go, and we were like,
I feel like you would like this, like the city, like in the city. Once you get on the outskirts, though, it's like sketch as fuck. And, like,
I wanna try Montreal bagels too. But yeah, it's
crazy.
Always in Montreal.
Actually, me and Nick go to this bagel spot, and they're really overpriced, but they're really good. It's like avocado and chicken we normally get, and it's like, that shit's good. Also, we don't talk about the game, but friendly reminder, you gotta go to this place. You didn't go to the place last time, you gotta go to the place. For context from our audio listeners, we're playing The Blocking Dead on the wonderful Hypixel. And if you're interested, check out the YouTube.
Facts.
Because we tend to talk about the game a lot, I'm not gonna lie.
But what was I saying? Oh, we were supposed to in Montreal. And then we were like, we are going to the next invitational. It's got to be in Montreal. And then they said, it's in Brazil. We're traveling the world. And now it's in Europe. And now it's, and they keep like bouncing it around. And then it was like COVID, I think.
And
at one
then
point
TSM disabled their account? What?
Their team, yeah, TSM won it. And I think they won it during the COVID one, where there wasn't a crowd. I could be wrong. But TSM won. And then it was announced that it was East Coast in Boston. If I say something, is that doxing? That's not doxing, right?
Boston is fine.
Boston. Can I say person Boston?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a vlog with my boyfriend in Boston. Check it out on the YouTube channel.
I'm just making sure. I fucked up last time and we had to restart. Boston, which I was like, oh my God, your boyfriend's in Boston and it's February. Oh my God, it's Valentine's.
Was he my boyfriend at the time?
Yes.
Yes, he was. Valentine's.
Because that's what the vlog was.
Yeah, I know, but like I remember you also hanging out with my boyfriend, like planning to hang out with my boyfriend before he was my boyfriend. I swear.
Yeah, that was because like my
Quit 92.
My family, yeah, Quit 92 or some shit was like in Boston, and like my family wanted to go to Boston, and I was like, oh my God, we just go for this concert, and then I was like, yo, you're in Boston, but then that didn't happen, but we were gonna go because Boston. And then I ended up getting you to go to Boston. And then I was like, yeah, actually, I'm going to Florida. And I probably shouldn't also go to Boston. So then I basically just planned for you guys to hang out. And then I didn't show up. So I'm the reason that vlog happened. I don't even have...
Wingman.
I don't even have freaking credits in the freaking vlog credits.
My bad.
I'm just funny. So then we didn't go to that one. And then it was like Brazil again. And then now it's going to be in Paris next year. And it's like...
Paris.
Can you just go to Montreal again, please? Take it back where it all started. Anyways, you have been to an esports event before.
I have vlogged it as well. It's Valorant. I've been to the Valorant esports event. It was very fun. I enjoyed it. It was kind of like going to a sports event, but you knew what was kind of happening, and the environment made it like 10 times better.
You have to... No, it was going to a sports event, but you knew what was happening. Most people who go to sports events know what's happening. That's not a universal, like, experience where everyone at a sporting event is like, what the fuck's going on?
No,
Um,
I feel like it is. I've seen a lot of people now because of Heat of Rivals.
y- what the fuck did you just say to me?
Do you know the show Heated or book Heated Rivals?
Oh no, maybe is that one of those
It's
slop
a gay
romance?
romance book about hockey, and now a lot of
Mm.
girlies are going to hockey games because they want to see men fuck each other. I don't
Oh,
know.
do they do that at hockey?
Haven't
I
maybe
thought they fought each other.
they do both.
Oh, okay.
It's a very gay sport, but anywho,
Sorry.
not a lot of people know about
Sorry.
sports. But yes, how
Now I'm just imagining hockey commentators and they've got giving him back shots, number 42 coming in.
No, I have not. Like, okay, all I keep hearing about Heated Rivals was that it was really good and that it was shot in Ontario. And then
Oh, it's a
next thing I
movie? I thought it was a
know,
book.
no, it's a book, but now it's a TV show, I think.
Mm.
And the only other thing I know about it is that it. I've only seen one scene because like they were lovers, and then they go on opposite hockey teams, I think. And then
Mm.
so they're versing each other and like he body checks him into like the sideboard and then they got flashbacks of him like fucking the shit out of him.
Oh.
And I was like, what the fuck? This is on TikTok. How is this on TikTok? Like what the
Oh.
anywho. If anyone's interested in watching that, Heat of Rivals. But yeah, no, I did not know Summer I Turned Pretty, so I was like, I don't really want to watch this.
Yeah, so you were talking about how you went to a Valorant event.
Yeah, crazy how that came to that topic. I went to see a esports event. I saw Valorant. It was good. Why am I mentioning this?
Because you went to see Valorant, and when you went there, it's like the experience when you go to a normal event like that, because that was like I don't know, I don't understand how Valorant works. There's always a Valorant tournament going on, but I assume that was kind of like a major in like Siege and CS and Call of Duty terms, where it's like big tournament for money and trophy. Um,
Potentially, there is a trophy. What's a trophy for? I got no clue.
I feel like there's always, it's like, and they name it like they got to be different. So it's like, oh, Valorant Masters, and then Masters, and then Champions, and then it's like, how do you? I don't know how to I don't understand how the Valorant circuit works at all. But to be fair, I haven't really tried to understand it. Anyways,
True.
when you went, it's like a. I feel like when you went, it's a very official, like separated experience where like the players are doing something all like backstage and stuff like that. And then it's like maybe you see them in like the player lounge or something where they're chilling. And then like when they walk out to the stage, there's like an official like big walkout where they're walking out like on a walkout stage, and then they go onto the main stage, and like it's like crazy like that, right?
Mm-hmm. It
When
was.
this event was an extremely intimate experience, because like everywhere the players are going, they're going like people had to go to the bathroom, and like the players are just like walking past you to go to the same bathroom that like you're using. Like they don't have their own. And like
Oh.
the player like practice setups before games, the venue that we went to, it's not like a big building or like an arena or anything like that. It was a LAN cafe. So like there's just a bunch of like setups everywhere, and then they threw up like a curtain, and then they just put a sign that was like player and staff only, and then there's a couple setups over there that were like the player warm-up setups. But sitting at the seats to like look at the stage, right, you could
Mm-hmm.
look to your right and see one set of the player warm-up setups. So at one point I was watching Shopify Rebellion do their warm-ups before their game, and I was like taking notes. I'm like, okay, so they're playing free for all to warm up. All right, I gotta start doing that. So that was a pretty fun experience. But yes, I went to the North American League regional finals, and it was also the finals of Element 6, which is Siege's tier 2 like challenger league, their biggest tournament, right? Is Element.
Mm-hmm.
And I went with two Siege friends, one of their girlfriends, and a friend from
They can
work.
get those?
Surprisingly.
Huh.
And I'm the one who picked the Airbnb when we were like ordering everything, because basically what happened was they announced like, yo, this event is happening in Philadelphia, and I was like, that's not like crazy far away from me, and a ticket is $20 for the whole weekend, so you see all the
That's a
matches
good deal.
for $20. So immediately I did what I do a lot of days, a lot of times these days, which
Plan a
is
fake trip.
no, I buy a ticket to something and then figure out how the fuck I'm gonna get there and the logistics of the trip after I've booked the trip rather than before. Um,
Fair.
so I booked the ticket and then I text my friend Nathan who plays Siege and I was like, "Yo, I just got this ticket. Like, this is sick." And then he was like, "Oh my god, that's not crazy far from like where I live." I was like, "Oh my god." And then he was like, "Yo, like I can invite my friend too." And I was like, "Okay." And then his friend was like, "Yo, I got like my girlfriend wants to come." And then they all bought their tickets. And then I found an Airbnb in like 2 seconds that was like super affordable, looked beautiful, walking distance from the venue. I was like, "This is perfect, right?" So then, and I could book it with zero money down and like reserve it. And then we just had to pay like a month later or something, right? So immediately I'm like, "Yo, we all good for this?" And every other Airbnb, like I was like, let me get a few options just in case like this one's not the best one, right? And I checked, and all the other ones are like super whack, and they got like you're sleeping in bunk beds, but it's like a kid's
Oh,
room bunk beds and shit like that. And I was like, no, we're going with the first one that I found. So then I booked that, and then I did that all while I'm at work. Sorry, managers, if you're listening. And
big fan of the podcast. We talk shit about y'all all the time.
and I bump into my friend at work who I know plays Siege, and I was like, "Yo, do you want to go to the Siege event in Philly? Only catch, you got to sleep on the couch because like there's no beds left. they're all
Oh,
they're all taken." And then he was like, "Yeah, sure, like I'm down." So then he ends up going. So then we all get tickets, and we're like, "Holy shit, this is really happening." Um, so then they drove. I took a bus, and we freaking I get there on. What do you what am I doing wrong? What's happening? You, that?
thank you.
I can't.
That's all I wanted. Thought it was pretty clear.
Was I? Uh,
Couch.
I
You
t-
sleep on the couch, bro.
I took the bus with him, and fuck, mom, like so thrown off now. I took.
For audio listeners, I was trying to get him to throw gold at me. He did not throw the gold.
We went into Bed Wars. There's so much going on. So shout out. It's the map that we met on, by the way.
I know. I also noticed that. Okay, I know this map.
So I took the this is such a bad episode. I'm so sorry.
No, we were chilling until we got to Bed Wars. Stop. Just talk and don't care about the game. If we lose, it's fine. It's not the end.
I
of
don't
the
care about the
world.
game. There's just this my brain is just like so cooked.
Oh,
So I
your friend from work.
I don't know if I can do Bed Wars. I don't know if I can do this. I'm so sorry. My friend, we took
Breathe.
I'm standing. You're 1v2. I'm literally. I like. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know what's
That's fine.
happening. I took. What was I saying? What was I going for?
You invited your friend,
I invited my
and
friend.
then he had to sleep on the bed.
We took the bus. They took a car. The Siege people, and so then we get to Philly, and it's like, I think we got there at like 2:20 or something, and the first games are at 4:00. So then I'm freaking there's too much going on. I'm so sorry to everyone listening. This is a horrible episode. I don't even know.
Hello.
Hi. I'm so, like I actually my brain is so empty, bro. I don't even.
Okay, then just go to the next topic then. Like.
No, I'm like with Bed Wars going. Like I can't. I feel bad if I'm standing still because then they're not watching anything.
No, you're fine. Just log out or like go play a different game or something. I don't know.
What's it called?
It's fine.
Yeah. So we took a bus. They drove. Then we're in Philly, so we were like, all right, let's go get cheesesteaks. Okay. So we went to this place. No hashtag ad. Called I think De La Sandro's. Because the one guy's the girlfriend said that she heard that it was like the like best cheesesteak you can get, like one of the best, right? So we go there, but it's like super out of the way. So it was like I want to say like a 15 to 20-minute drive. Because it was like kind of like out of the city. And so we went there, and as we're pulling up, it is like the tiniest little corner shop that like you can't even go inside of. It's completely cash only, so you can't use card, which if you know anything about me in the year 2025, I never have a cash
Nobody
on
ever
me.
use
That's
cash.
I barely ever have my card on me, okay? I'm a Apple Pay demon. Um so I'm immediately like, oh shit. But then my friend Nathan is like, I've got 100. So we're like, all right, hopefully we're good then. And that's enough for all the cheesesteaks. And we go up, and first of all, there's only 2 windows. And neither of the windows, like one of them says like pickup, but then the other one, like I didn't really say anything, or like maybe we didn't see it. So then I was like, okay, I guess we just like go to this window. And I saw people like handing them cash. So I was like, all right, clearly this is where we order because they're handing them cash, right? So then
Mm.
we go up to it, and then we're in line, and the lady who's in line is like, "You don't order here." We're like, "What?" She goes, "You order at the other one. There's a
Oh, wait,
line."
wait, wait. So not even a worker.
No, no, no,
It
just
was.
just a lady in line. And she goes, "You got to
Oh.
get in line. The line's over there." And she points. And there's a bunch of people lined up on the curb. So we're like, "Oh shit, we cut the line. We got to jump in that line." So then we line up there, and then she turns around and sees us again, and she's like, "No, that line." And we look, and there's a bunch of people
How
in line.
many lines are in this place?
There's 3, but one we found out isn't really a line, okay? Because there's a bunch of people lined up
Okay.
at the curb, and then there's the line that we initially got in, and then there's another line going up to a different window. And we find out that that line is where you go to order. And then once you order, you don't pay or anything, and you just kind of stand around at the side of the road until they call your name. And
The
then
side of the road.
yeah, literally like there's
Like you're like a hillbilly. Just.
yeah. Like you're a hitchhiker and you're trying to fucking like get a ride,
Yeah.
yeah. And you're just like standing there, and then eventually they call your name, and once they call your name, then you get the rights to enter the second line. And they kept yelling, "Do not enter the pickup line unless you hear your name called. Do not enter," because I guess people kept getting in the line, and then they get up to the window and say their name, and they're like, "Your order's not ready, bro." Um, so then, what's it called? We're like, okay, we order. They don't tell you how much it is. So like you can see the prices on the menu, but then it's like you don't know with tax. And then like we ordered 5 sandwiches and I got a drink. So then it's like you kind of lose track at that point of like how much it is, you know what I mean? Like everyone's ordering their
Hmm.
own sandwiches, like their own ways and stuff like that. Um and so then we're standing around, and they keep calling names, and they keep calling names, and I'm not gonna say my name this time and dox myself.
That was a mess up
Um,
last time.
but
Let's not say anyone's name. How about that?
yeah, they keep saying name. Actually, no, I am gonna call one fucker out, Tony B.
Oh.
Why the fuck
Oh.
did you order and then just never show up? They called Tony
Oh.
B for they were calling Tony B when we showed up. They were calling Tony B when we left. Tony
You
B
should
was
have been Tony B.
we were thinking about just going up and being like, did they think that your name was Tony B? And I'm like, well, my first name's Jonathan, so I don't know how they got Tony from that.
Tony.
But also,
Maybe you're giving Tony.
again, to go like back a second, when we were ordering, I went up first, right? And I start trying to give my order, and she starts asking me because I'm like, can I just get like a plain cheesesteak? And then most places that I've ever gotten a cheesesteak, by default, they like have a cheese that's gonna be on it. Because famously, like Philly cheesesteaks, right? The big like debate, or like the 2 big options are Cooper Sharp and Cheese Whiz, which Cheese Whiz is like the liquidy cheese, right? And so it's
Ew.
Cooper Sharp or Cheese Whiz. And normally they have like a default, right? But this place had like freaking 9 million cheese options. And also, I don't know if I like don't know Cooper Sharp, but none of the options on the board said Cooper Sharp. But there was like 3 other sharp cheeses. And I was
Wait,
like,
what's Cooper Sharp?
I don't know. It's just Cooper Sharp.
Oh.
I don't know what
Okay.
Cooper means. I just know that like they get it with Cooper Sharp, but I've never had it with Cooper Sharp. So I was gonna try it with Cooper Sharp, but on the board it didn't say Cooper Sharp. So then I was like, maybe this place doesn't have Cooper Sharp, or maybe it's a different one of these other Sharp ones. But I was like, you know what? I've had it with Cheese Whiz. I know I like Cheese Whiz. I'm gonna get Cheese Whiz.
You like Cheese Whiz?
Yeah, it's real cheese. It's not like fake cheese. It's like real cheese. It's just like kind of like not like liquidy, but like
But
kind of.
why is it liquidy?
It's like hard to explain. Um,
That doesn't
but
seem right.
you don't like cheese, so you wouldn't like any of
Yeah,
these.
you're completely correct about
But
this.
I was like, let me get Cheese Whiz, and then she starts asking me questions about the type of Cheese Whiz that I want, because apparently they have options. The problem with this, you might ask, the speaker where they're calling out all the names is right next to your ear, blaring in your ear, as the person behind the counter is just like, yeah, so do you want the cheese whiz or like the other cheese? So I'm like,
wait, is it like a takeout like thingy?
yeah, it's like takeout windows. Like there's no going inside.
Okay.
And the speaker is blaring in my ear, and I can't hear what the fuck she's saying. And I'm also like 6'5", and this window is made for Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. And so like that shit is like down low. So I'm like bent half over, trying to listen to what this person is saying, can barely hear what's going on, and I'm like, they're like, specifically what they said, which confused me why this was the option, was, do you want the Cheese Whiz or do you want the American Whiz that tastes better? And I was like, why is this an option if there's option one and then option the one that tastes better? I'll take the one that tastes better. Like, what the fuck?
They were just in case you want to torture yourself.
Yeah, like,
you know, you
like,
never
what?
know.
And then they were like, you can get a seated roll, and I just realized that I've spent half an hour and I've only talked about the cheesesteak day one.
And you know, last time we did this, you also said, you went to yourself and you went, why did I talk about Philly cheesesteak for 15 minutes?
Again,
you know, I feel like just a lot happened that you weren't aware.
Yeah, this can be like a 5-hour long podcast, bro. Like, there's so much happened. This weekend felt so long. Anyways, yeah, it was like, it took like forever. And then we finally ordered. They're like taking forever, calling everyone's name in the universe except my name. And then finally we like get the sandwiches and we eat them in the car on the way there. But then by the time we like get to the place and we start walking to the venue, and by the time we get there, game one has I'm playing peaceful Minecraft. So I'm collecting stuff and putting it in the chest for you.
Okay, well, get the diamond gear when you go.
What's it called? And yeah, so we get there and game one has already started by the time we get there, right? So it's like
spent $20 to be late, huh?
Yeah, so it was like it was a delicious cheesesteak though. And
well, that's good.
I don't know how to get diamond gear. I'm just gonna run away.
You need 6 emeralds.
So we walk in, and right as we walk in, you go up to the desk. And like I said, this is like a LAN cafe. So you go up and they got like snacks and stuff there that you can buy. And you show your ID and then they give you your badge and then you got to go to security and they pat you down. Let me tell you, I could have smuggled in an AK-47, bro. This guy walked up to me, like hover-handed me like he was a guy scared of a girl in a pic, and then went, "Yep, you're good." like security.
Maybe you're stinky. Maybe that liquid cheese really made you smell.
Oh, we're not yellow. Nah, like it's like I guess he like kind of patted me down, but it like and like I don't know, it just like wasn't that serious. But you know, no one brought anything crazy in, so shout outs. And then an interesting thing about this event, every time you went to Valorant, did you go multiple times?
No, I went once.
Oh shit, never mind. But do you know people like went through security each time, right? As far as you know? I
assume so. I went through security.
For me, after you got patted down that first day, that first time, you're just good. You've got security clearance.
They remembered you?
Like, cause I just like that day. I can't remember. Oh, I'll get there. We'll get there. We'll cover it. But yeah, so we walk in and the game's already started. And in my head, I knew it was at like a LAN cafe, but I expected.
Wait, hold. Come here, John.
We're
talking about the game real quick. Pick up the 6-7 emeralds, go into the armor, and get diamond gear.
Sorry, you said 6-7.
I didn't even know what happened. I was like, wait, what? I was just talking about the game. I was like, I'm just trying to. We're doing really well in a Bed Wars game. This never happens.
um, sorry, I just ruined everything. With the 6-7. Anyways, we walk in and I'm expecting like a bunch of seats, and then we'll get seats. I was like, granted, we're not gonna get close, but it's fine. We walk in and there's people on setups playing Siege, not paying attention to the matches that are happening. And then
they're just having fun.
And then there's maybe like 4 or 5 rows of chairs that they're not like metal folding chairs, but they're like plastic chairs that were clearly like set up at the desks before. They have like the nice gaming chairs at the desk, but then they also have like these plastic ones that you can sit at like tables and stuff, because they have like board games and stuff like that. And they just kind of like grabbed those and like pulled those over. And I found out later.
It sounds like a very sketch event.
Yeah, well, I found out later because I'm friends with someone who's like insanely like in the community and like popular and stuff like that. And
I hate Bed Wars.
It's kind of an anomaly that I'm friends with him, but I was like talking with him, and then the head of NA League broadcasting came over, and he knows my friend. My friend's name is Joe. Shout out Joe.
Wow.
And believe it or not, his in-game name, it's Joe. And so I'm talking with Joe, and the NAL broadcaster came over, and they started having a conversation, and like I wasn't really saying anything because like I didn't really have anything to say to him, but I was like listening, and apparently they were told as like the organizers that all of the like desk setups that were in the middle of the room would be moved somewhere else, and there would be a bunch of room for seats. And then day of the event, they showed up, and they just didn't move them. All of the PC setups in the middle were just still there. So then they could only have the like 4 or 5 rows of seats, and then everyone else just kind of like sat at one of the LAN setups, like one of the desks, or like stood. So we kind of like hovered at this one, this like pole, and eventually we like wheeled over gaming chairs and we sat in them. They were really nice chairs, to be fair. And we're like watching map 1, game 1, and I'm like, this is freaking awesome. And it starts like processing in my head that like, wow, this doesn't make sense. Like, this is crazy. Like when I go to concerts, it's like kind of crazy because you're seeing the person that like you listen to and like see online, like right there. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of wild seeing the celebrity standing right there. But for me, like I watch Siege Pro League so much, and then the feed that you're watching is the same feed that like it's the mainstream. So when you look up at the screen, it's what the mainstream is seeing. But then like you look down and you like see the players like doing the action. Like you experienced this in Valorant, I'm sure. And like you could see the player screens, like I couldn't. But when you did it, you could like see the player screens, right?
Yeah, but only if I was like nearby.
But still, that's like a crazy thing that like I'm looking at like the thing that's happening right now that normally I'm like sat at home watching. Like this is fucking wild. And then partway into map 1, I was like, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna go get a drink, right? So then I get up and I go get a snack, right? And as I'm walking over to get a snack and a drink, I bump into Spoit, which I didn't say earlier, but the Airbnb that I picked, I found out was super sick because my friends, they checked into the Airbnb before us because they got there early, and they saw Spoit in the lobby. So it's like some of the players are staying at the same building because the Airbnb is like an apartment building that each apartment is rented out as like an Airbnb / kind of hotel situation. And we're like, okay, some of the players are staying here. That's wild. But then I'm walking to get snacks and I see Spoit and I'm fucking like geeking out on the inside. But on the outside, I'm like, I gotta play it cool. I gotta act like I've been here before. I gotta be nonchalant and shit. Like I gotta be calm right now, right? So what I did was, as I'm walking past Spoit, and behind Spoit is Ambi, which Spoit, one of the greatest Siege players of all time, one of the greatest Siege players right now. Ambi, he's like the young gun, the new kid, right? And he's like super cracked. And I've been watching Ambi since this is gonna sound weird if you take it out of context, but I've been watching Ambi since he was like 14, right? So like this is like insane. You know what I mean? Like I'm seeing these guys in real life. So
Mm.
as I'm walking past Boy, I'm like, yo, what's up? And I fist bump him. And then I go to
So
fist.
he's younger than
Both of them are
us?
younger than us, which is fucked up.
Oh, then what the hell are we doing?
That's what I'm saying. Because Spoit, I think is maybe the same age as us. Actually, I think he's like 1 year younger. Because I remember being 17 and watching Spoit when he was 16 as just like a YouTuber. And he was the #1 rated player on ranked in the world. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing wrong, bro? Like this kid's a year younger than me, and he's like the greatest player in the world right now. And I'm like plat. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Which is still impressive.
Yeah, it's still good, but I was like, this kid's younger than me, and he's like the guy. So I fist bump him, and then I go for a fist bump on Ambi, right? But he doesn't go for the fist bump back. He's like walking by.
Oh.
And I was like, oh,
yikes.
fuck, I got egoed. So then I turn around and I start walking. And then I hear, yo. And I turn around. And Ambi realized that he missed the fist bump. And he stopped walking and stopped Spoit. And
He's invisible.
And stood there.
We're not talking about the game,
I killed him.
but he's invisible. Okay,
And stood there. And he held out his fist bump and waited for me. So then I got to turn around and go back and fist bump him. And I was like, all right, this is the greatest experience of my life.
Still, you did not get
No. Because he turned around. So it's like almost sicker. Because it was like, then he was asking me for the fist bump. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's what I convinced myself, at least.
Yeah. He definitely like didn't see you. Then went.
But I was like,
oh shit, and then.
But I was like, damn, this is crazy, because like this is just like so intimate. Like the players are just like walking around and shit like that. And so we're watching the games, and then in between, I think like game like 1 and 2 or something like that is when we're sitting there, and then Joe shows up, and Joe, like I said, freaking he's got motion. Joe's cool.
You fuck with Joe.
I fuck with Joe. Joe is.
How do you know Joe again?
No glaze. Joe is probably the coolest guy that I'm friends with. In terms of like aura.
I see.
Just on like he's been a tier 2
pure vibe.
He's been a tier 2 professional player since like tier 2 existed. And so he's like been around, and he's friends with like all the pros and shit like that. And so it's like my like nerdy little like geeky brain that's like a super fan of all this Siege shit is like doesn't process that I'm friends with Joe, and therefore like once removed from like all of these people, you know what I mean? And so then Joe's there, and then
you basically know Bolo.
Yeah, exactly.
I see.
And so then Joe's there, and we're like watching the games and like kind of talking to Joe, and he's like, he starts walking around, and then we decide that we're hungry. It's getting hungry because it's getting late, right? There was 2 best of 3s this day, right? And so then during map 1 of the second best of 3, or
what?
no, sorry, during map 2 of the second best of 3, we decided
did our trap not go off?
that I got hit with a fireball. There's a I don't know what color we are. I don't know what's happening. Am I dead? Oh, our bed broke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did we not get? I bought a trap thingy and it didn't go off.
I'm playing Stardew Valley in this shit, bro. I'm just running around grabbing shit.
I was like having fun in the beginning.
It was
chat. Okay, taking a break from John's story. We have played Minecraft on the podcast for the last few like weeks. Right? This week, I was like, let's go back to our roots and play Bed Wars. I asked John beforehand if it was okay. He was like, sure. But the thing that annoys me most about mini games right now is that every single mini game is dead. I just want to play little goofy ass mini games, but every server is dead. And then I look up for more servers, and every other server is boring and just not or dead. Like I don't know what. Like I miss peak Minecraft, like Hypixel, the hive Mineplex. Like, I know Mineplex is down right now. Like it just
we need Jinky. Jinxie has been doing a thing where he posts and he's like, the top comment on this video is a game that I revive. It must be dead and it must be fun. And like people did like Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2, which is like a Plants vs Zombies third-person shooter. And then he started playing it, and he got all of his fans to start playing it, and they like crashed the servers by overloading it, and like everyone was playing it. We need to get Jinxie on Hypixel mini games and revive
because
they're
all the old ones are all dead. Like, I just wanted to play Hunger Games, and I couldn't find a simple Hunger Games server. Like, it's
Mhm.
so sad to see. And like, Bed Wars has become just such a no. Like, basically, in that round, if you're a audio listener or if you're just watching on John's POV, red pushed us once, right? So then I went, okay, bitch, I'll push you. And for some reason, yellow then went and started pushing them. So I was like, okay, fine by me. And then the next thing I know, freaking yellow. Sorry, red's about to no yellow. Colors are confusing. The yellow person was going to kill the red, and I was also going to kill it. So I just threw my fireball at the bed because I was like, "Oh, they're going to break the bed. Let me at least like somewhat help them." And then in the chat,
Mhm.
they're like, "You're cheating. Like you're cross teaming." And then
Bruh.
they're talking about an overlay. Like I don't even know. They be adding like
Bruh.
he was like, "You're playing with an overlay too. What the fuck is an overlay? Why?" And they're also now on Hypixel have like Bed Wars like trainings. I don't know. I like the state of Minecraft minigames, and I'm sad
Bring it
because
back.
I loved. Yes, please. Anywho,
Anywho, um,
you know people. You're very famous. Yes.
yeah. So Joe, very cool, awesome. Also, immediately when we're like watching the matches, I fell in love with going to Siege events because oh my god, esports events. I'd never been to an
Well, you've been to one.
I'd been to
Oh.
the Siege X reveal, but that was more like a like I said, like a reveal and then like a content thing. It wasn't like an esports thing, right? But esports,
Mm-hmm.
and especially in a game like Siege, where I have competed in it, and then I'm there with people who have also competed in it. We're just sitting there and we're just chatting shit, bro. Cause we're like watching the setup and like we're giving our props where props are due, but then we're like, why did he push that? Like you blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like we can just break down the gameplay and like talk about like what he should have done and stuff like that, and it like revitalized my love for Siege so much. Oh my god. And then the energy, I don't know how you feel about the energy in esports events. I don't know how it was in the Valorant room, but like
The energy
there
just
was
makes it better.
yeah, there was a moment where Gavini on M80 hit he had like he was in like a 1v3, I think, maybe 1v4, and he had like 8 HP and he won the 1v3 and the whole room just starts freaking the fuck out. And you just see him like stand up on stage and start like popping off. Like, oh my god, the energy is so sick. Um Anyways, midway into map 2, we decide we're hungry. And this is not only a Siege trip, but an eating trip because I love food. And what better to do? Because we're like, oh, we can like go to some place. No. But then we're like, oh, we don't want to like miss the match, right? We decide to DoorDash food to the venue. And so
That's crazy.
and there's a Dave's Hot Chicken. So we're like, let's get
Mm.
Dave's Hot Chicken. Oh my god, that would hit
Have you
so
had
hard.
Dave's Hot Chicken? Would we get Dave's Hot Chicken?
Yeah. We got it in Canada. You
Oh, I
didn't get
didn't
it.
get it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I had it and I know that I like it. So I was like, oh, Dave's. So we're getting Dave's and we're ordering Dave's. And I go over to Joe and I'm like, yo, we're ordering Dave's. Like, do you want Dave's? And he was like, nah, I shouldn't. Because the thing about Joe was he wasn't staying in Philly. He stayed the night before, but then now he was driving home that night and then driving back the next day for day 2.
That's
And
crazy.
since it was map 2, with one of the teams up 1-0, obviously because it's map 2, he was like, if the game ends now and then the food's not here, like I want to leave right away, so I don't want to have to like order food. You know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, fair enough. So we order our food, and when it shows up, my friend Chase, his girlfriend, was the one who ordered it. And it's fucking freezing cold outside. And she was like, it's really cold outside. Like, can you go out and get it? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. I can go. So I go out and I meet the guy. First of all, shout out this guy. Freezing cold out. He biked the food. All right.
Oh.
What a legend. I walk out, I grab the food, and then I open the door, and the security guards look up to see what happened and like look up to see who entered. And I am walking in with a bag of like 6 boxes of chicken on a Dave's Hot Chicken like branded bag. And all of the security guards just start burst out laughing, staring at me with it. And they're like, yo, bro, enjoy. They were like, that's a smart ass plan. I was like, thank you. And we walk in and we're eating Dave's, and this game is still going on because game 2 starts heating up, right? And then
Mhm.
game 2, the other team ends up winning. So then it's gonna go to a game 3, right? And we're
Bet that guy wish he got food, huh?
so we're eating the Dave's, and I down my food. I'm fucking starving, right? But then we're eating, and then Nathan offers me his fries. He's like, "Yo, do you want my fries?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I ate a fry, and then I was like, "Wait a
I
minute."
love fries.
I was like, "Wait a minute. Let me go see if Joe wants the fries, because Joe hasn't really eaten today, right?" So then I walk over,
Hmm.
and this is where Joe's motion starts to really kick into effect in person, because obviously I knew Joe had motion, right? But I walk over, and Joe is sat there with a bunch of other like tier 2 and some like tier 1 pros, and he's just like chilling there, right?
What tier
Um,
were you?
I was like, I would say like tier 3, tier
5? Oh.
nah, like you could consider me tier 4, I guess, but I beat like a tier 3, tier 2 team and dropped 19 kills on them. So I say I'm tier 3. Um,
I see.
so I walk over and he's like talking to some pros. So immediately again on the inside, I'm like geeking out. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm like kind of nervous. And one of them is a tier 2 pro who used to be tier 1 and just got announced that he's gonna be on a tier 1 team, and he was gonna be playing in the grand finals the next day. And I'm not gonna say his name,
Oh,
but he
well,
was gonna.
they could probably do the elimination if they
Well,
really care.
there's a whole roster, but we won't say which one it was. Oh fuck! Wait, no, they can't. Okay, so Packer was there. I realized I described him well. So Packer was there, and I walk up to Joe and I'm like, "Yo, Joe, you want Nathan's fries?" And he goes, "Fuck yeah, I want Nathan's fries." Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he gets up, and then Packer looks up and he goes, "You fat ass." And then Joe comes over and he starts eating the fries. And then my friend Logan, he didn't want to finish his tender, so he's like, "Yo, Joe, you want a tender?" And he was like, "Yeah, I want a tender." And he starts eating that. And then Packer comes over to the table to start like just talking to Joe and talk to us. And I was like, "Holy fuck, this is crazy." Packer's like, I'm in a conversation with a Packer right now. Like, this is insane, right? And I feel like this isn't exposing anything too crazy, so I'll tell a fun little story that Packer told. Packer made a joke to us and Joe where he was like, "So for grand finals tomorrow, I'm thinking about playing on Coke just so that I'm like kind of dialed up. Like, what do you guys think?" And I was like, "I mean, there's only one way to find out if it works, right?" And then Packer says, um, allegedly there have been pros who have played on cocaine before, and he has played against.
Drop the name.
He didn't say names, but he was like
Ah.
I've played against the pros that have played on it before. Let's just say they're asleep at the wheel. They're not all there. He was like, it does not get you dialed. So it's like, okay, note to self: don't play on cocaine. It is not. It is not gonna get you hyped.
Don't play on cocaine. Just not. I said don't do cocaine. You said don't play on cocaine. I see.
But it's like, I mean, no. I'm just kidding. Don't do drugs. I have not done cocaine. But
I have.
that was story time.
I haven't.
No. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. He was just like, yeah, he's played against pros on coke, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, shit, who was on coke? Now I gotta go back and watch the VODs of Packer games and see who was dog shit and be like, yeah, that guy's like out of his mind right now. But let me tell you, Dave's in the venue, greatest fucking decision of our lives. That shit was delicious. So then after that, game 3, it's getting kind of late. Chasing his girlfriend, she's tired. She had been up since Thursday, and she was the one who drove, which is crazy because this is Saturday. We also almost rear-ended a car like 2 seconds into being there, which was pretty fun. Because the car just like slammed on their brakes.
Sounded like my driving, huh?
But we didn't, so that's nice. Anyways, they leave. We finish watching the games, and M80 loses. And then they announce that there's gonna be a meet and greet for one of the teams in the corner, right? And now, if you are a tournament organizer organizing a meet and greet, do you think you would A, have the winning team do the meet and greet, B, do the meet and greets before the games, before there's a result, or C, have the losing team do the meet and greet?
I would probably have the winning team, but they'll probably do the losing team.
Yeah. So they announced that the loser of the match is going to be doing a meet and greet. So it ends up being M80. What the fuck do you say to the guys who just lost? Because I'm walking up and I'm trying to think about what to say. And I'm going to be like, yo, how's your day? It's not good. They just lost. Like, they're not doing well. So I'm like, oh, fuck. I got to like think about like stuff to say to each of these people. And I'm like geeking out because I'm about to meet a bunch of pros. And one of them is Diffuser, who I fucking 4K'd and ranked because I'm a demon. And
you're gonna go, hey, I 4K'd you.
No, I was like, oh, is that kind of cringe if I mention it? So we go up and I just like fist bump them and I'm like, yo, what's up? Except for when it gets up to Gavini, because again, I said Gavini hit a crazy 1v3 and the whole venue popped off, right? And I walked up and I was like, bro, that fucking 1v3, like you're actually insane. And I like fist bumped him, he fist bumped me back, and he was like, thanks, man. To be honest, like I just got lucky. And he's like smiling and like laughing about it. And I was like, nah, the energy in the room, like this is my first like event, like this shit's crazy. He's like, oh, like how you enjoying it? And we started talking about that. And then he was like, yeah, my luck ran out, so that's why we lost. I was like, oh shit, man. And they're all, I got them all to sign my badge, which is really cool. I was like getting all the signatures. And when I got up to Diffuser, who's on the end, he goes, holy fuck, you're tall. And Diffuser's a tall guy himself, but he stands up and I'm taller than him. And he's like, Jesus Christ, like, jeez. Like we get all the signatures and then we turn around and the coach of M80 is there. The coach of M80 is Fabian, and he's not doing a meet and greet. He's just like talking to some people. He was like talking to one guy about the setups, right? And most of the people had already left the venue at this point, which was crazy to me. And Fabian's sitting right there, and I start freaking out because Fabian is the greatest Rainbow Six Siege player and coach to ever touch the game. He has won the most invitationals out of any human on the planet. He's won as a coach. He's won as a player. He's won majors as a player. He's won majors as a coach. Like, he's insane. And they just won the last major. Like, he is the GOAT, right? And so I start freaking out. And Nathan is like, yo, you want to go say what's up to him? And I'm like, I mean, like, yes, but like, holy shit. So then he walks up, and Nathan is such a G for this because he walks up and he's like, yo, like, what's up, man? Like, my name's Nathan. And he like introduces himself and like shakes his hand. And then he introduced me, and I felt like a little kid, just like, hi, because he's like, yo, this is my friend John. And I'm like, yo, what's up? And I like shook his hand, and I was like, it's a pleasure to meet you. And I'm like losing my mind. Like, this is the greatest guy in professional Siege history, right? And he was like, yo, is it cool if I take a pic? And Nathan got a picture with him. And then I was like, hey, can I get one too? And he was like, yeah, of course. And like, I got a picture with him. And then like, we were just talking to him. And he said, he said a quote that, I forget how it came up, but he said a quote that he said in an interview before, which was, like, yeah, like they're just looking ahead to the next tournament, like to the next one. And I couldn't hold back the glaze any longer. And so I was like, bro, that's like the coldest thing anyone's ever said when you said the interview. I was like, I'm sorry to be like riding you right now, but genuinely, like, that was so sick when you said that. And then like, he just had a genuine conversation with me, just talking about like how he thinks about like competing and how he looks at it. And he was like, listen, like, I don't even care if we win. I want to win like well. If we win and we're playing like shit, I still feel like shit, and I feel like we played like shit, and I'm not happy. And today we played like shit. Against SSG, we played like shit. We didn't deserve to win. Against Shopify, I feel like we played on par with Shopify, but it just didn't end up going our way. And so no matter what, like, I think we should be better than the teams around us. And if we're not, then like, we failed and we need to do better. And holy shit, I got like a personal inspirational speech inside the mind of the greatest competitor in Rainbow Six Siege. I'm like freaking out. I still can't believe it's real. As I'm talking right now, my profile photo on Discord is me meeting him. Like,
I was gonna say, is that him?
Yeah,
I don't know who
that's
that
Fabian.
is.
Like, that,
it's just two white guys to me.
That is like the craziest shit that's ever happened in my life. Like, holy fuck. Insane. So then we get back to the Airbnb. Are you cool if this goes a little bit longer than an hour? I'll try to like speed run the rest of it. But we go back to the Airbnb, and again, they're like finishing up meet and greets and stuff, right? And we walk. Actually, no, we Uber. No, yeah, I think we Ubered. No, sorry, we Ubered the other night. They were already back. Me, Logan, and Nathan. We walk back. Okay, and it's like a 10-minute walk. And we get back.
Did you kill the girlfriend? Where'd the girlfriend go?
The girlfriend and Chase, they went back early during map 3
Oh,
because
I forgot.
she
Yes.
was up since like
'Cause she didn't
Thursday.
sleep.
And so yeah,
Yes.
if it went to map 2, she was gonna stay, and she was like, if it goes to map 3, like there's no way I can stay. Um, and so we get back, and as we get back, um, everything's normal. We don't nothing's going on in the lobby. Like we're just chilling. It's a quiet night. We get up to the room, and we're gonna go down because there's like a restaurant at the bottom of the apartment, right? And so we're gonna go down and like see the menu of the restaurant, just like see what's going on. We weren't gonna get stuff because we weren't hungry, but we just wanted to kind of like vibe it out for the other nights, right? So we get up to the room and we chill there for maybe like 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, keep in mind this time frame. They're doing a meet and greet, maybe wrapped it up. We are in our room. We walk for like 10 minutes and then are in our room for like 5 minutes. Okay, we come out. We go to the elevator. We get in, and I hit the door close button, and the door's closing.
There's an elevator in the Airbnb that's like apartments?
Yeah, because it's like to the floors of the apartments.
That's confusing. Okay.
Because it's an apartment building.
Yeah, but just an Airbnb in an apartment. Like I'm thinking like a motel type esque for some reason in my head.
Nah. It's an apartment building, but just each room is like rented out. It's
Weird.
rented out as an Airbnb, but they also have their own website, and then it's treated hotel-y because they have like a front desk and cleaners, and like it's like stocked with like shampoo and like conditioner, body wash, stuff like that. So it's hotel-y in that aspect, right? But we get into the elevator and I hit the door close button, and right before the door finishes closing, uh one of them, I forget who it was, but one of them reaches over and starts like spamming the door open button, and the door opens and Diffuser from M80 walks into our elevator with 2 fully packed suitcases. How the fuck he packed that fast, I have no idea. That man was a demon. And he gets in the elevator and he recognizes us from the meet and greet, and he's like, yo, how's your like stay so far? How's it been? And we're like, oh, it's been like pretty great. Like we just got here, but it's been awesome. He goes, word, yeah, we have no hot water. And again, we haven't spent any time in the Airbnb yet. So immediately we're like, oh fuck, we haven't like showered or checked yet. He's like, yeah, no, Philly's so shit. I can't wait to get out of here. Like I'm gone. And he was like so over it. Like obviously he's gutted because he lost, so he's like sad going home. But he's like, actually, I won't dox him, but he said, sorry. I was like thinking about it. He said where he lived, and he was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go back there.
Yeah, I live on 123 Sesame Street.
I don't know if it's like public where he lives, so I won't say it. But he was like, yeah, like I'm just getting back there. Like I just gotta fucking go. And we get to the lobby, and the entirety of M80, like the rest of them and Fabian, are all just like chilling on the chairs in the lobby. And we're walking out, and as we're walking out, and I start like holding the door for Diffuser. Fabian calls Diffuser over and he goes, yo, D, since you're leaving on a game day, that's 5 strikes. I was like, oh damn.
What does that mean?
I'm assuming they have like a strike system to like hold people accountable or something. And so I don't know if it was a joke or not, but I was like, damn, bro's really getting in trouble just to go home early. Like he wants fucking out. He
just wants warm water.
He's taking everything just to leave. So I hold the first door open for him, and then the second door is being held open by Caliber Jacob, who is a commentator, desk host, stage host for Siege. And I'm like, is the whole fucking production just staying in this building? And the answer was yes, because the next day when we went out, we got breakfast, and then we got back to the Airbnb, and Space Station Gaming is carrying in a case of water into the building and getting in the fucking elevators. And so I somehow picked the Airbnb building that literally everybody and like their mother was staying at, which is crazy. And then I had to like not make I was like, we gotta act normal, right? Because I don't want them to like feel weird or like invade their space in like a place like this. You know what I mean? But day 2, got breakfast. The food was gas, fucking phenomenal. We got there super early, because we wanted really good seats and because it was the Element 6 finals, which is tier 2. And so we sat front row, with Joe, and Joe, like I said, is a tier 2 player. And then Joe was explaining that one of the teams playing, Packers team actually, SOS, he was going to be the coach of. Because the thing about tier 2 is unless you're like, you have like a tier 2 org, which neither of these teams did, you like don't have a coach, right? It doesn't matter. You're just like the players just like decided, all right. But they were gonna have Joe be the coach for fun, just because it's funny, right? And each team kind of like picked a coach to have, but they don't really like do anything. And so Joe was supposed to be the coach, but since Joe played in Element and got knocked out, by the rules, it's considered giving him a second chance if they let him be the coach, because then if they win, like technically he won Element, so he couldn't do it. So instead, they got a different guy, Pandasaurus, who didn't play this Element to be the coach. And because he thought it was really funny, Panda showed up in a full like suit, like decked out in a
Panda suit.
No, just a normal suit.
Oh, lame.
But he shows up in a suit, right? And he's walking behind the players with like the headset on, and he's got a clipboard, and he's writing stuff on the clipboard. And then like the game's going on, it started. We're sitting front row. He's like writing stuff on the clipboard, and he walks over and he looks at Joe and he flashes Joe the clipboard. And what we see on the clipboard is a kid's coloring book with Stitch on it in a Santa hat. And Joe bursts out laughing. And apparently, the day before, they had gone to a restaurant. And at this restaurant, there was a coloring book. And Panda stole the coloring book from the restaurant, or like took it from the restaurant. And instead of having strats, because he's not a real coach, he had the coloring book. And he opens his suit jacket, and he has like 15 colored pencils in his suit jacket. And each round that they play and they win a round, he colors in a different part of Stitch with a colored pencil. And then the plan is each round that they lose, he's going to break a colored pencil. Now, to fill you in on these teams again, there's SOS, which is Packers team, the team that I'm talking about, right? They spent the entire past 2 days hanging out with Joe, going out in the city, drinking, getting wasted. Again, Packer got announced that he's going to be on a tier 1 team, right? So he's been scrimming with that team, not this team anymore, right? So this team hasn't practiced at all since like the beginning of the tournament. The other team, CLB, spent the past 2 days scrimming constantly, playing in the like player scrim areas, like practicing nonstop, like constantly playing the game, okay? SOS won map 1 7-0. They didn't lose a single round. It wasn't even fucking close. There was even a round where someone on CLB had a drone on a guy on SOS, I think it was Volsper, flanking down blue stairs, right? And they have the drone on him and they're pinging him. And Volsper's walking towards Buck. Buck is aiming at the doorway that Volsper is going to come to, and he has a free kill, right? Buck turns around and starts looking at a different doorway as his teammate has the drone on the guy, swinging him behind him and kills him. And Joe and I just like turn and look at each other and we're like, are we fucking for real right now? Like, these guys have no idea how to play the game. Like, what the fuck is going on? It was a generational like loss. Holy shit. And then after the game ends, the players like take their headsets off and stuff, and we're just like yelling up to Packer what the fuck just happened from there, because obviously he doesn't know like what was going on. We're like, bro, they had drones on you the entire time and you guys still were frying them. Like, it was fucked up. And then map 2 starts, and halfway in map 2, Poison shows up. And Poison he's retired from the game now, but he's a tier 2 pro player. He was like one of the goats of tier 2. Like one of my favorite tier 2 pro players. He played on my favorite tier 2 team, Ariel Arise, right? And Poison shows up, and Poison is friends with Joe. And Nathan was sitting in between me and Joe, but he kind of disappeared and wasn't there for a while. So then I moved his jacket. So then Poison sits next to us, and it's me, Poison, and Joe. And I get to just like chop it up with Poison the entirety of map 2. And then Poison followed me on Twitter, and I still can't believe that's real. And I'm kind of cracked, because I'm followed by like pro players now, and yeah, I'm kind of fucking cool. But day 2 was pretty awesome. Halfway into day 2, I got to meet a bunch of streamers and content creators who were there, and ex pros who now like work at the event. And then at the end, they did another meet and greet, and again, grand finals. It's Shopify Rebellion versus SSG. After losing grand finals, Who do they make us meet? The losing team. And then this time, I actually fucked it up and I slipped up. And because I'm trying to think like, what do I say to each of these guys, right? And so like, what's it called? I fist bumped Super, who's the coach, and Spoit was sitting there, and I decided I was like, you know what? I'll ask them how they feel about Philly because I've been asking everyone. I asked Royal Penguin, who's one of the streamers, how he felt, and he said it's fucking freezing. And Diffuser hated it, so I was like, I'll ask them. And Super, he's kind of from the area, so he was like, I've been here like a million times. It's fine. And then Spoit, who's sitting there in a puffer jacket inside, is like, yeah, it's fucking cold. Then
Yeah, it was a cold week.
Then I go to the left of Spoit, and it's Rexon. And Rexon hit like a crazy double kill with the TCSG in one round. So then I'm like, yo, that double kill was like fucking insane. And then you could tell like his mind is still in the round. So we just start like breaking down the round. And he's like, yeah, no. I killed the first guy, but I had no idea that I even killed that guy. So then after I killed the second guy, it like took me a second to figure out like who I even killed. And then I realized I got the double, but I still think my Nitro like should have killed the Blackbeard. I don't know how it didn't. And that was really cool because I got to like break down the round with like the guy who played the round. You know what I mean? Then I go to the left to Surf, and I go, yo, how you doing? God damn it, he just lost. Oh shit.
What did he say?
He was like, I mean, I'm all right. he's depressed, bro. They just lost grand finals. And then I went down to Ambi, and I was like, yo, what's up? And I like fist bumped Ambi. And crazy moment that I forgot to mention, day one, after the meet and greet, right? Nathan, I got my badge signed, right? When Nathan went through the meet and greet, Nathan got his college school ID signed because he's graduating on Thursday. And he was like, it would be really funny to get my old school ID signed by all of M80. So he got it signed. And after we get out of the line, we end it, right? There's an employee like standing there who's been he's kind of like working the event, like in charge of the players. So if the players have to like go somewhere, he like walks them there, whatever, right? And he shows the employee that he signed their like school ID, right? And the guy's like, oh, I used to play, I used to team with someone who goes to that school.
Let me sign your ID.
No. He goes, I used to play with someone, like I used to team with someone who goes to that school. And they go, really, who? And he goes, Chase. And I turn and I go, wait, you know Chase? He's like, yeah. And I go, what's your name? And he says, Trillo. Bro, when I used to play competitive, I ran Trillo shit every single scrim. We used to, because I was on a team with Chase, and we used to scrim Trillo and his new team all the time. I fucking destroyed them every single time. So I was like, that's crazy. Like, that's you? What's up? Like, we talked for a bit, and that was insane. He like works.
Did he remember you?
Yeah. When I said, I was like, yo, it's Sin. Like, I teamed with Chase and Recon. He was like, no fucking way. And then an even crazier thing that happened day two. My friend Logan, he doesn't really care about competitive Siege as much. Like, he thought it was like kind of cool, but so then he just played a lot of Siege, right? And he was playing it, and there was like streamers doing co-streams like in the venue. So he was playing it with Fett, who's an ex-pro coach and like one of the streamers, co-streaming right behind him. And he's a big Fett fan. So then he was like talking in Fett's chat, and he was like, yo, look behind you. And like Fett saw him. So then as he's playing ranked throughout the games, every time there's a down period, Fett started asking him like, yo, how's the games going? Yo, what's your KD? What's your KD? And like Fett was like talking to him and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. But then I walked over during one of his ranked games, right? And I go and I'm like, yo, what's your KD right now? And he hits the scoreboard, and he's playing against a guy named SFW. Keep in mind, this is a random ranked game in the middle of the day. SFW is someone I used to play ranked with in 2023. And so I was like,
you know, what? A lot of people.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck are the odds that you're playing with against SFW right now? And I go, yo, say, do you know Sin right now? And so then Phil.
I am feeling welcome into the Mad Jad segment of the podcast. Did you guys know that recently there's been an increase of people smelling like shit? That's because I said so. Yes, so this is your friendly reminder to take A shower. I also like to apologize for how much we were talking about the game during Bad Wars. I realized that that's also very fun to listen to, but I was like, hey,
My life be
I
like.
like Bed Wars. Exactly.
Um,
So,
but I was like, yo, say, do you know Sin? He's like, do you know Sin? And he goes, yeah, from like years ago. Why? And I go, say he's right behind me right now. And he goes, yo, he's standing right behind me right now. And he's like, no way. And I take a picture of Logan typing that to SFW, and I search through my Discord DMs for DMs with SFW, and I send him a picture of Logan typing to him mid ranked game. And apparently he barely plays the game anymore. So the odds of Logan being in the same elo as SFW, queuing at the same time, queuing on the same servers, getting into the same match, like astronomical. So it was insane that fucking happened at all. Um but yeah, I guess to
so it's like a little reunion for you.
yeah, like it was wild. And then to top the trip off, end of day 2, we go back to the Airbnb, and we go to the restaurant that's at the bottom of the Airbnb. And we're just like eating there and we're chilling. And I didn't mention this before because I completely forgot that it happened. But day 2, Nathan wanted to drink. And so do you know what Cutwaters are?
No.
It's like a seltzer with like 12.5% alcohol in it or something. Um, Nathan had 4 Cutwaters before going to the
What
venue.
the hell?
Um, and he is like blasted, and it's like the end of the day, and so like he should still be fine, but for some reason he's like, I don't know, he's still like riding off the high of like being drunk or something, and he's just got like this like confidence to him, right? And so we're sitting there in this
Mm-hmm.
restaurant, and nobody else is in this restaurant, and he's talking about how he's like, yo, like I could beat Shopify, bro. Like you put any one of them, because Logan was like, it's crazy. Like we met Spoit, and he's like, nah, I beat Spoit, bro. Like I'm better than Spoit. Like I could kill Spoit. He's talking. We're like, yo, like what? Imagine they're like sitting there right now, and we like laugh, and we look over, and no one's there. And we're still talking, and then all of Shopify Rebellion walk in to this restaurant, and now it's just us and Shopify Rebellion in the restaurant, and we're like, okay, Nathan, you got to shut the fuck up now. there's no way you could be shit talking while they're sitting right there.
While they're right beside them,
And
yeah.
then and then we had ordered, but it's like a restaurant and a bar, and there's like 3 people sat at the bar kind of. And the guy, like we had eaten and we finished eating, and the guy hadn't come for like our check for a while, and we're like, do we have to just like go up for it? And they're like, all right, who's gonna get up? And I was like, fine, I'll get up. So then I get up, and I see all of Shopify like eating over at a table like on the other side of the restaurant, right? And I get up to go to the bar to talk to this guy, and in walks in the entire roster of Space Station Gaming here
Why
to
all he? Why?
why what?
Why did they pick the? Was that the only restaurant open or something?
It's just in the bottom of the Airbnb, and they're all staying in the same apartment building. So then it's like just like it was convenient for us, and it's convenient for them. So they all walk in to have celebratory drinks for the fact that they just beat Shopify, who are having dinner 20 feet away from them, depressed because they lost. And then I realized, like, I talked to the guy. I'm like, yo, like, do we have to bring, do we like pay up here or whatever? Blah. And he's like, nah, you pay at the table. So we go and sit down. And then in walks in Fett and the rest of M80 who haven't left yet. And so basically the whole event is here to fucking have dinner as we're sat here. And I'm like, we don't belong here, bro. Have you ever seen the picture of the polar bear in Arlington, Texas?
No.
Well, I was kind of like the polar bear in Arlington, Texas, if anyone knows what that is. I felt like I just like didn't belong. I was like, I feel like I'm out of place. This is like crazy. Um, but yeah, I still don't think the event was real. All of it is crazy. My badge is signed by like everyone in the universe. I met the greatest IGL of all time in Siege. I met the greatest coach and one of the greatest players of all time in Siege. I met some of the greatest teams in Siege. And yeah, I had a blast. And I will be going to more Siege events because that was freaking insane.
Now, you had ramen.
Yes, I had real ramen for the first time in my life.
Speak on it.
So, oh my god, the ramen story. Actually, do I get into the ramen story?
How long is the ramen story?
I can do the short version or the long version.
Short version.
Okay, short version. I'll just give the ramen review. We went 10 people deep to the ramen restaurant. Ramen restaurant turns out kind of tiny. We did a reservation for 10 because Nathan called ahead of time. The biggest table they have is a table for 8, so we just kind of squeezed in and like pulled the chair over. The ramen was really good. I got just like chicken ramen. It was like chicken broth, noodles, chicken, and I got fries, but they were called Japanese fries, but they were normal French fries, really
Mhm.
good. And then they came with like sauces and these flakes that apparently were like fish flakes or something. I only tried one of the sauces. Allegedly, it was eel sauce, someone said. So then I didn't want to try it. But then the whole table was like, try it, try it, try it, try it, try it. And so then I tried it. And I didn't hate it because I didn't have like a negative, like a super like, ugh. But I wasn't like,
See, but
yum. I think it's just like a new flavor profile unlocked.
I think you you were gonna try it until you learned what it was, and then
I wasn't gonna try
your
it at all
head.
because mystery sauce. Like I'm scared of.
Oh,
I don't really like a lot of condiments, so I wasn't gonna try it. And then they were like, it's eel sauce, and then I double wasn't gonna try it, and then they're like, try it. So then in my head, it was gonna take. Yeah, you are kind of right though. I think I warped it because in my head it was gonna taste like eel, which I don't even know what eel tastes like, but I
yeah,
imagined
exactly.
like
You could
fishy
love
taste.
eel.
I was like they turned an eel into a sauce. Like how the fuck did they do that? Um, so like maybe if I had it again, I would have a more positive reaction. But I was like, this isn't like horrible. Um, but I mainly had the fries by themselves. I used chopsticks for the second time in my life. The first time only having chopsticks because they didn't give a fork. And the last time I tried learning chopsticks was at Natalie's house. And so Natalie just has a fork. At this
Yes.
restaurant, you would have to ask for a fork. And I was
Mhm.
too scared to ask for a fork. So I was not
You know
going to
how many
ask
times I have
for.
I don't ask for a fork, but my aunt asks for a fork, and then they bring the fork to me, and I'm ins
Really?
I hate when they ask for a fork and they hand it to me because 'cause
Damn.
I'm white, but, like, I'm not white, but,
Mm.
like, I am white.
So then everyone at this table decided because it was me and one other girl who didn't know how to use chopsticks. So half the table is trying to IGL her on how to use chopsticks, and the other half is IGLing me on how to use chopsticks. So then I start scrimming the chopsticks, okay? Because the food's not out there yet by the time I'm using the chopsticks. But what do we have? Straw wrappers. So I'm practicing by picking up the straw wrappers, right? And it's like kind of
Mm.
going well, but not fully going well. Then my fries show up first. So now I've got fries. So now I start eating the fries with the chopsticks and I kind of start mastering this shit. I'm like demolishing these fries with the chopstick. It is like flawless. I'm like, I want that fry. Boom, grab that fry, eat it. Like, I'm kind of a chopstick demon. Now, am I the best chopsticker at the table? No, because the whole time I'm learning chopsticks, my friend Nathan, who at this point is probably at like the height of his drunkenness when we're here, thinks it's really funny to show how good he is with chopsticks by taking his chopsticks, grabbing ice out of his water, and throwing it into my water cup. How he is getting ice with chopsticks, I don't know. Because before my fries get there, I tried like 3 times. That shit is not possible. Um, but yeah, and then my noodles got there, and I ate my noodles only with chopsticks, and it was really good. To be honest,
Nice.
if I'm being fully honest, if this is a safe space, and maybe I just gotta have like more ramen, and everyone was saying that ramen was like some of the best ramen they'd had in their life, and so maybe it was like super blessed, and it'll grow on me, kind of like Chipotle. Although I don't hate the ramen, I did like the ramen. Um, Packaged ramen that I make at home, low key, like maybe it's just nostalgia, but I kind of like the taste of that better than the real stuff that's like healthier for you and not full of infinite sodium, just a lot of sodium.
Yeah, you like the ones that can give you cancer.
Yeah. It's got like an extra
Yeah.
flair to it. Um, but no, the ramen was good. But I had a good time.
That's good. And that's all?
That is all for the podcast.
Podcast.
Sorry that I was pretty much talking the whole time,
You're good.
but I hope you guys enjoyed.
And we hope that you join us next time on the All That Reminds Me podcast.
Also,
Now we are gonna play. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say sorry for my mental breakdown when we first got into Bed Wars. That was overwhelming, but we figured it out.
But now we're gonna play with Natalie.
So yeah, thanks for listening. We'll be back.
Bye-bye.
Bye.